Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my first official video back from Disney, from being on vacation. Even though I have been back from Disney for about 3 weeks now. It's just been very hard for me to get a video done because of work and all that stuff. And pretty much the reason for this video and the main subject of this video isn't just to be like, hey, I'm back from vacation and all that stuff. It is to talk about work. So yeah, this video is pretty much what's been going on with work and some things that are coming up in the future with work and all that good stuff. If you want to know more about what's going on and what all I'm going to talk about, well, stick around. Vochek Experience starts right now. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of the Vochek Experience. Where idiots still always us. Always me. You know I'm always going to be an idiot for you guys. And of course, the wieners back there, they agree too. I'm an idiot. Because that's what we do on this channel. We are idiots. And yes, I am outside here at my house. And yes, the wieners are outside with me. Walking around out here and barking at things and trying to chase after cars that are whizzing by. So if you hear barking and stuff, you know, while I'm doing this video, pretty much they're probably barking at a car, or maybe somebody's walking up the street or something, because you know, they're idiots too, just like me. They like to bark at anything that moves, even if it's just a leaf in the wind or a fly just happened to whizzing by their head at the time, you know. Because I guess that's what they do. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of bugs, just had one fly in my face. Get the hell out of here. Go. Anyway. I have a feeling it's going to be an interesting video. I'm going to get attacked by bugs. But anyhow, with all that being said, like I was saying in the intro, this video is going to be about work and all that stuff. So we might as well get right into it. And as you all know, I haven't been able to release as many videos as I'd like because of things going on at my job, at work. You know that I have been pretty much working a whole bunch of overtime, barely any days off, barely any days to myself and all that stuff, because back in January, because I'm going to give you a little recap if you don't remember, but back in January, one of my coworkers went on medical leave, and because they went on medical leave and because they are also an overnight person like I am, that left a lot of overnights open, and which meant that I had to kind of fill in on those overnights that normally I wouldn't be working because of my coworker being out. And which, you know, okay, you know, I get helping out, when the situation calls for it and stuff like that. But as months and months went on, like I said, this was January. She was supposed to get cleared back in May, and her doctor wouldn't clear her to come back. So, but they did clear her to come back for light duty. So they put her at a different workhouse and to do the light duties and stuff. And then she was supposed to go back to her doctor towards the end of June. And of course, right at that time when she was supposed to do that, I was getting ready to go on vacation to Disney. So right before I went on vacation, we had our weekly house meeting and all that stuff, where we all come together and stuff and discuss issues of, going on in the house and how to fix them, stuff like that. And they assured us that help was on the way, that this staff was going to be coming back. So I went on vacation thinking, cool, when I come back, my workload's going to be a little bit lighter. I'm going to have enough time to actually, enjoy myself, have some time off. And my neighbor is cutting grass, so I apologize for that. But anyways, so I go on vacation, and of course, all those Disney videos I, released and, all that stuff. Anyway, I came back, and like a couple of days after I come back from vacation, I went back to work. And my very first night back to work, I'm like, so, how are things? Did that particular person come back? And they were like, yeah, about that. I guess her doctor still wasn't going to clear her to come back. And yes, my dogs are now going to go and start flipping out on the neighbor for cutting his grass. But anyways, as it turns out, though, that while I was on vacation, she tried to get her doctor to clear her to come back, and her doctor still would not clear her to come back, and she was ready to come back. She didn't want to be part-time, light duty, and all that stuff anymore, and all that stuff. But because her doctor decided not to clear her yet, she decided to just say, well, all right then, that's it. I quit. So she quit. So that still left us down an overnight person and all that good stuff. And I had to, still work a bunch of shifts. When I mean work a bunch of shifts, I mean through the whole month of July, I only had 2 scheduled days off. 2. That's it. And anytime I did, I was off or whatever, I kept getting a call to come in and all this stuff. And it just started getting to the point where, like, I'm getting overworked, I'm burning myself out, and, like, I can't do anything. Like, I can't do anything around the house. I can't relax. I can't get proper sleep because, it's kind of hard sometimes to sleep during the day, and then you're up all night, you're tired and everything, and just constantly working and working and working and working. It's just not good. It's not healthy, puts more stress on the body. With me already having health issues, with high blood pressure and, being type 2 diabetic and all that stuff, it just was not healthy at all. To work an entire month with only 2 days off and all that stuff, so I was just getting kind of, a little stressed out, stretched too thin and all that stuff, especially since I was hoping and was promised pretty much, that, by the time I got back from vacation, the other staff would be back, and things would start slowly going back to normal, but that wasn't the case, and it was just getting, way too bad, and I mean, I had to cancel a whole bunch of doctor's appointments and stuff like that, because I couldn't go to my doctor's appointments because I was working, and they were just pretty much like, well, we need somebody to work, and if they would ask me and I would say, no, I can't do it, they'd be like, well, you know what, doesn't matter, because we're going to mandate you to come back in and work, and they have a policy that if you refuse to come in when they mandate you to come in, you do it so many times, you get fired. It's like you're not allowed to say no, and so then I just started getting like I said, very testy, because when I'm under a lot of stress and I'm burning out and I'm tired and all that stuff, I start to get very irritable. I start being snappy, that kind of thing, and I don't like to be that way, especially when I'm at work, especially when I'm dealing with with individuals with intellectual disabilities and stuff. You can't really do that, and it was just getting bad. But then I started hearing rumors and people saying what they hired somebody for the night shift to help out, to take over her, the other staff's shift, but they wouldn't be trained and all that stuff until like towards the middle of August. And it's like, I can't wait that long, I got stuff I need to do, and I just can't get stuff done. I'm missing out even on family events, stuff like that, and you can't really, miss stuff like that, especially when you have a 6-year-old niece that absolutely loves having you around, always wants you to do stuff with her and stuff like that, and and you can't do that, it's just not good, and so. But since I was hearing some rumors and stuff, I wanted to find out for sure. So I went into the office, because we had this thing where every month we go in for a training. We call it our monthly training. And before the training started, I went to one of the more higher up supervisors, and I asked him if it was true, if we were getting somebody, and she confirmed, yes, we're getting somebody, but it's going to be a while before they're trained, before they're in the house and all that stuff. And I just mentioned that, that's good, that there's somebody coming, and all I said was that, I'm starting to burn out and stuff, because of all the extra shifts and all that stuff. And that's pretty much how I left it, Didn't say much more than that. Just basically let her know that I was getting, a little burned out and tired from, working, and that I only had 2 days off for the whole month of July. So after the training and everything was over, I went home, went to bed, because I had to be back up and back to work later on that night. And when I came back in later on that night, they're like, after you, left and everything, all hell broke loose and stuff, because they were saying that I went to HR, that I was complaining that I didn't want to work, and all this stuff, like basically stuff I didn't say, stuff I didn't do, and basically saying that I'm allergic, I guess, to overtime, which I'm not against getting overtime. I'm not against picking up extra shifts and stuff. I'm really not. But I don't want to work every day, of an entire month. I got to have a break somewhere, so it just caused this whole big thing. So she just said, screw it, take Joey off of all the extra shifts. And he's only allowed to pick up 1 extra shift a week, which is a double-edged sword. In one instance, it's good because I'm finally getting somewhat of a break, but also bad because, now everybody else, is like, oh, well, now I got to pick up those shifts and all that stuff, and all that stuff, and so I had a couple of people that I'm pretty sure they didn't, while they didn't say they were kind of mad about it, I'm pretty sure that they were, and, but all I did was just, ask if we were getting somebody, and just basically say that that's good because I'm starting to get tired of working, all these shifts all the time. And it just turned into something else completely and all that stuff. And that also just wasn't good and stuff like that. So I flirted with the idea. I know my mother has been, applying at other places, and she, got this interview and stuff at this other company that's basically the same thing, doing the same thing that I've been doing, and so I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, might be a good idea to start thinking about possibly, going somewhere else because of all this stuff that's just going on, where I'm at now and everything. So I decided to call this company before I was going to apply because I had some questions that I wanted to ask, and there are some things I wanted to know, which is first, their overtime policies and stuff like that, because I told them that I, pretty much for 7 months I've been working pretty much nonstop without too much of any break or any days off, and they basically said that they got a policy that you can only have a certain number of overtime, in a given week, and all that stuff, because they cap you, I guess, at a certain, amount of overtime, which I thought was rather good. And, and I asked, some questions and stuff. And it turns out that this company actually starts out at $20 an hour, which is more than what I'm making now and everything. And they have set schedules and everything, which is also good. He said it's basically 1 week you work 3 days and the other week you work 4 days, and there's your 40 hours. And, and you can get overtime if you want to. Just keep in mind that they cap you at a certain amount, which I thought was good because, I really don't want to work my life away, and not be able to spend time with family, not be able to spend time with Michelle, and all that stuff. So I decided to apply. I just said, what the heck, we'll see what happens. So I applied, and within a couple of hours of applying, got a phone call to set up an interview. And so a couple of days later, I went to the interview, and I must have done something good because they wanted to move forward in the process. So pretty much in a couple of days, I go for my physical, a TB test, and a couple of days also I got to go get fingerprinted. They've already did all my background checks, for like child abuse and all that good stuff. So, and I'm all good there. So right now it's just a waiting game as to for me to go to the appointment to get my physical and all that stuff, and get my fingerprints done for the FBI check and all that good stuff. And I talked to the guy today to let him know, that all that was set up and everything. And he basically told me that as soon as I go and get my fingerprints done, I can pretty much start work. So with all that being said, today, as I'm recording this vlog, as I'm filming right now, it is Friday, July 18th, and basically, he said my start date is going to be Monday, July 28th. So that's 10 days from now. So basically, a little bit ago, I put my notice in at my current job and stuff. While I would love to have given them a 2-week notice, I basically just gave them a week notice. And also the HR department is going to be reaching out to me at some point to do an exit interview and all that good stuff. So basically, within a week, I'm going to be starting a brand new job at a brand new position at $20 an hour, and doing basically the same thing I've already been doing. And yes, I am going to be doing third shift again, so it's going to be overnights still. But I think in the long run, this is going to be a little bit better for me, where I am not constantly working, so that I can actually have some time to myself, some time to spend with family, some time to spend with Michelle, especially since, we just started dating, and everything not long ago. So it would be good, to actually be able to spend time with her and to, grow our relationship even more and all that stuff. So I'm excited about that. I do feel bad that I am only given family services a week, a week's notice, but and I know that they're saying that we're supposed to get the help and everything, but that's not always guaranteed. I have trained many of newbies who have worked 1 or 2 days, or just went there for their original training day and then just up and quit. So there's no guarantees. This person that they've hired, there's no guarantee that they're going to stay. And I don't really want to be, like I said, I don't want to be working every single day of the week or every single day of the month. So, but like I said, I do feel bad, but in the long run, I think this is going to be a good move for me. I have discussed this with Michelle and everything as well, got her input in on it, and we both agreed that this would be a good move for me, and a lot better, going forward for, my mental state, my stress levels, my blood pressure, my diabetes, all that stuff, because all that stuff can cause stress, more stress, and can cause more health issues. And the last thing I really need is more health issues with all the stuff I've already have, So, but I will keep you guys updated with all that good stuff. I'll let you know how things go. And there goes the dogs barking at the neighbors again. Like I said, they're out cutting grass, so they're barking at the neighbor. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here, let you guys know what's going on, give you guys a little bit of an update, which also kind of means that I should be able to film more content for you guys, more videos, a little bit more frequently than I've been, because as it's been for the last 7 months, I have not really gotten much opportunity to just, pick up the camera and do a video on something, because it's just been to the point where, like, as soon as I come home, I'm tired, I gotta go to bed, and by the time I wake back up, it's time to hurry up and, get a shower, get dressed, hurry up and shovel some food in me, and out the door to go back to work again. So yeah, I do think this is going to be a much better deal, much better fit for me moving forward, and I'm actually excited and looking forward to to start this job opportunity. And yes, I will say I am going to miss some of the staff that I work with, and I'm also going to miss some of the individuals that I work with, because they're the nicest individuals you ever want to work with, so I am going to miss them and everything. But like I said, this is going to be a good move for me, I think, in the long run. But anyway, with all that being said, that's the big update that's been going on since I've been back from vacation and all that good stuff. And like I said, hopefully this is a start of me being able to film more videos and more content for you guys, because I really have been missing filming for you guys and putting out videos for everybody out there. So, but with all that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, if you did, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified of future videos. And of course, if you want to support this dumb little channel of mine, and let's face it, it is pretty dumb. You can do so by hitting that join button, become a member of the Idiot Squad, or you could scan the little QR code that's going to pop up on the screen, and you can donate to the channel via Cash App that way. And of course, you can follow me on all the major social medias. And be sure to check out my brand new merch store. Give that a check out if you have not done that yet, and all that happy good stuff. And so with the neighbor cutting grass, and with the dog's flipping out and everything because he's cutting grass, and because cars going by and stuff like that, I'm going to get my booty going. And with all that, I hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching this. And also, give me you guys' input in the comments, what you think about this. Because, I do love reading the comments, and I do love to respond to you guys and all that stuff. Because, we've really developed a pretty good community and everything. And I always look forward to hearing from you guys and your thoughts on things. But anyway, I'm going to go try to see if I can calm these guys down, which I doubt I will be able to, and all that good stuff. So I hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching this. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. And until then, you all know the drill. Bye for now.